Metallica, undisputed colossi of heavy metal. For over 40 years, they've scorched stages, moved 163 million albums, and forged thrash's blueprint. But not every band has shared their blazing spotlight. Behind the epic tours lie tales of refusals, rivalries, and mismatches that'll jolt you. Today, we unveil the top 10 bands Metallica refused to tour with, and the reasons why. From punk rebels to glam titans and bitter foes, these stories are electrifying. Buckle up, this ride's ferocious. Slipknot, modern metal's chaos incarnate, erupted in 1999 with their self-titled debut, nine masked marauders unleashing weight and bleed and duality in a whirlwind of drums, scaffolds, and pyro. A tour with Metallica, metal's reigning kings, seems like a match made in hellfire. Yet it never sparked. Why? It's about intensity, control, and pride. Slipknot's shows are unhinged, raw, anarchic, sensory overload. Metallica's are surgical, disciplined, a masterclass in precision. Pairing their calculated ferocity with Slipknot's untamed storm risked a clash of ethos. Then, the crowds. Slipknot's younger fans crave mosh pit carnage. Metallica's span generations, from thrash purists to families humming Nothing Else Matters. Mixing them could have ignited chaos, not harmony. And headliner egos? Both bands are titans. Neither would open, sparking battles over set times and spotlight. Corey Taylor praised Metallica as influences in 2019, admitting their live approaches are worlds apart. Metallica opted for safer allies like Pantera or Five Finger Death Punch, dodging Slipknot's volatile brilliance. A dream tour? Epic, but too risky for Metallica's throne. Creed ruled the late 90s with Human Clay, selling 20 million copies. Hits like Higher and With Arms Wide Open dominating airwaves. By Weathered, they packed arenas. So why no Metallica tour? It's a clash of sound, image, and fans. Creed's emotive, spiritual ballads and Scott Stapp's theatrical vocals leaned toward hope and light. Metallica's dark, introspective thrash, forged in Master of Puppets, delved into human struggle. Pairing them would have been tonal whiplash. Post-load and reload, Metallica faced flack for softening. Touring with Creed, mocked as radio-friendly by metalheads, risked further credibility hits. Lars Ulrich once scorned bands chasing mainstream polish. Creed fit that mold. Fans didn't align either. Creed's casual rock listeners versus Metallica's head-banging diehards. Imagine Creed's swaying crowds before Battery's onslaught. Awkward at best. Metallica chose allies like Corrosion of Conformity to bolster their metal cred, sidestepping a mismatched spectacle. No feud, just a quiet sidestep to protect their legacy. In the mid-90s, the Offspring's smash revived punk with Come Out and Play and Self-Esteem, while Metallica's Black Album catapulted them to global stardom. A tour seemed like a crossover goldmine, but it never materialized. Why? Musical ethos and scale. Metallica, post-Enter Sandman, embraced a heavier, somber image, their riffs and lyrics steeped in gravitas. The Offspring's sarcastic, skate punk vibe, later amplified by Pretty Fly, for a white guy, felt too playful for Metallica's intensity. Dexter Holland recalled Metallica's camp declining a tour offer, citing mismatched live energy. Metallica filled stadiums. The Offspring, though huge, played smaller venues. Logistically, slotting punk upstarts into Metallica's juggernaut seemed off. Fans, too, thrashers craving creeping death might have scoffed at punk anthems. No bad blood. Holland respected the choice. A thrash punk bridge could have rocked, but Metallica guarded their vibe, choosing heavier allies like Slayer. Limp Bizkit defined nu metal's peak with Break Stuff and Rollin', Fred Durst's brash persona, fueling a teen rebellion soundtrack. So why no Metallica tour during the nu metal craze? Image, fans, and reliability. Metallica's grit and musicianship clashed with Limp Bizkit's frat boy theatrics. James Hetfield, in 2003, slammed nu metal's shock value, a veiled jab at bands like Bizkit. Metallica's fans, loyal to thrash, would have recoiled at rap rock antics. St. Anger's backlash already had them on edge. Pairing with Limp Bizkit risked alienating their base. Plus, Bizkit's post-Woodstock '99 chaos, linked to riots, made them a liability. Metallica, fresh off their ambitious S&M project, wouldn't gamble their reputation on Durst's unpredictability. A crossover could have drawn crowds, but Metallica prioritized their legacy, steering clear of nu metal's baggage. Nickelback's Silver Side Up made How You Remind Me inescapable in 2001, cementing them as early 2000s rock giants. Why no Metallica tour? Image and fan expectations. Metallica, the people's metal band, prized raw authenticity, even during St. Anger's divisive rawness. Nickelback's polished, radio-ready corporate rock, fair or not, clashed with that ethos. Teaming up risked fueling sellout accusations when Metallica was already under fire. Their fans demanded circle pits and catharsis. Nickelback's sing-along anthems catered to casual rockers. Picture Battery After Photograph, a vibe killer. Nickelback's joke status didn't help. Metallica, rebuilding credibility, avoided the punchline. No feud, just a calculated dodge to preserve their metal crown and fan loyalty. Korn's 1994 debut and Follow the Leader birthed nu metal, their down-tuned riffs and Jonathan Davis's raw anguish resonating with millions. Why no Metallica tour? Sound, image, and culture. Korn's slow, unsettling grooves and visceral shows contrasted Metallica's precise, thrash-driven intensity. Kirk Hammett, in 1999, said they preferred tour mates matching their live energy. Korn's brooding vibe didn't fit. Nu metal's baggy-clothed, angst-fueled image polarized traditional metalheads, who saw it as a fad. Metallica, stung by load backlash, avoided nu metal's taint. Their fans, spanning thrash purists to families, clashed with Korn's raw, youth-driven crowd. Festival overlaps like Woodstock '99 happened, but a full tour? Too risky. Metallica chose thrash allies like Slayer, keeping Korn's Dark Revolution at arm's length. Kiss, masters of theatrical rock with face paint and fire-breathing, turned concerts into carnivals. Why no Metallica tour? Ethos and aesthetics. In the '80s, Metallica rejected glam's flash, Motley Crue, Poison, favoring jeans, aggression, and raw music. Lars Ulrich called glam fake in an '80s interview, a jab Kiss's theatrics couldn't dodge. Kiss's fireworks and blood-spitting clashed with Metallica's blue-collar ferocity. Fans, too. Thrashers would have seen Kiss's camp as betrayal. Kiss fans craved rock and roll all night, not creeping death. Logistically, Kiss's elaborate stages dwarfed Metallica's lean setups, risking a visual tug-of-war. Metallica guarded their anti-glam roots, ensuring no sparkly misstep dimmed their metal reign. Megadeth, led by ex-Metallica guitarist Dave Mustaine, seems a natural tour mate given their thrash roots. Yet, beyond Big Four festivals, a full tour never happened. Why? Bad blood and pride. In 1983, Metallica fired Mustaine for volatility, a wound that birthed Megadeth's vengeance-fueled rise with Peace Sells and Rust in Peace. The feud fueled metal's greatest rivalry, with Mustaine's jabs lingering into 2020. A joint tour risked reigniting tensions. Whose set would outshine? Whose fans would roar louder? Metallica, protective of their dominance, avoided the comparison. The Big Four shows teased unity, but old scars and competitive egos kept a megatour, a master of puppets and holy war showdown, locked in dreams. Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory and Meteora ruled the 2000s, blending riffs, rap, and emotional anthems. Why no Metallica tour? Genre and timing. Linkin Park's rap-rock electronica hybrid spoke to MTV's youth. Metallica, post-ST. Anger backlash, doubled down on thrash authenticity. A tour risked tying them to nu metal's fading wave, diluting their reclaimed metal cred. Both were stadium giants, but headliner disputes, who opens, who closes, loomed large. Fans didn't align. Linkin Park's sing-along crowds craved in the end. Metallica's demanded mosh pit fury. Chester Bennington praised Metallica, even covering their songs, but separate empires prevailed. A crossover could have been massive, but Metallica chose their thrash legacy over a nu metal gamble. Metallica toured with Guns N' Roses in 1992, a stadium spectacle with Black Album and Use Your Illusion Titans. It was a disaster, ensuring no encore. In Montreal, James Hetfield's pyrotechnic burns cut Metallica's set short. Axl Rose, arriving late, quit early citing vocal issues, sparking a fan riot. Property trashed, police swarmed. Axl's tardiness and cancellations plagued the tour, frustrating Metallica's disciplined ethos. Lars Ulrich called it frustrating. GNR's chaos clashed with Metallica's precision. Musically, Sandman and Sweet Child could have soared, but professionalism didn't align. One chaotic chapter taught Metallica, reliability trumps star power. They vowed never to repeat that circus, choosing trust over headline-grabbing risks. From creative clashes to outright chaos, these refusals forged Metallica's ironclad legacy. Which band shocked you most? What dream tour do you crave? Drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for more metal deep dives. Check the next video on your screen. Let's keep the riffs roaring.